everyone!
It's still a rainy week, but we're still gonna give you a bit of sunshine to get your day going. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Hi there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. It's almost Friday. Woohoo! We are here to bring you good vibes and unstoppable energy and the best company.
Happy Thursday, I'm Monique Tuzon. Anytime's a good time because it's always more fun with us. Join us for the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter. We have an exciting show because there's one in particular that I'm super intrigued about. They're turning old chopsticks into fine pieces of furniture, like used chopsticks. Like, who would have thought?
I want to
cool.
know. I want to know how they clean the chopsticks.
It's easy naman to clean the chopsticks. I think you can shave it off.
Oh.
And then just, I don't know. I feel like there's a way.
Shaving it
We'll
off.
find that.
Okay.
You can ask him later.
Yeah, I will.
What are your thoughts, Pao? Why do you look like that?
Napabasic lang, yung sa proseso, di ba? Sorry, nag-zoom in yung camera, I didn't know what to do. Hindi, pero yung, it's interesting kasi it's basically recycling, right?
Yeah.
And then
Right.
creating more value
Right.
for whatever the chopsticks would have been compared to what you have in the end. And I think that's one way to go about it. I remember being a kid, you didn't grow up here. Do you remember when they made tables out of Tetra Paks?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so they
And we would have these.
Tetra Paks like the juice?
Yes.
Yeah, and we would have these school projects where you would recycle
Yeah.
stuff and create new products out of it.
I used to buy the Tetra Paks, like the bags.
No,
they would
yeah,
make
you-
them out of
Yeah,
the bags,
yes.
and that used to be so expensive.
Yeah, the juice
Yeah.
bags, the one made
Yeah.
out of where
I
you can see
love
still the logo of the
those,
brands,
yeah.
right? No, I mean like this could be a different way to do it. Obviously, a bit more fine, a bit more elegant, and
Right, yeah.
you know, I mean like it's called ChopValue, I think.
Yes.
And of course, the irony is you're not chopping the value, you're increasing the value of what you're
Good
making.
one.
So no, that's my joke. I'm gonna use later. So let's hope it works. But but yeah, apart from that, there's also, remember how we were talking about how the new generation are getting to experience some of our older movies or older
Yeah.
media.
Yes.
Like you weren't here when we got upset at our intern
Who
who
didn't
Who?
know Harry Potter?
didn't watch.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness.
Kaya wala na yung intern na yan.
How can you not know who Harry Potter is?
Kaya wala na siya eh.
Kawawa naman intern natin. If you don't know Harry Potter, you're out. Because of Paolo.
Do you see an intern now in the studio?
No, kasi there's the books and then there's the movies as
Neither.
well, right?
Neither.
So she has not seen or read
No,
any of
Neither.
because
it?
there's like a
Okay.
prequel or like a sequel they're doing for the new generation now.
Though,
and then we
if
were asking if she
if she's
knew.
listening to this, she's commenting like, guys, no, I made a mistake. Anyway.
But you know, I would
Hi,
understand.
Kesha, we
Some
miss
people,
you.
No.
Some people are not really Harry Potter fans, so they're not.
So
you
no,
know,
the reason why
familiar with it.
I'm bringing that up is because there's a new SpongeBob movie coming out.
SpongeBob.
I hope the interns know who SpongeBob
No, they
is.
probably they do. They
I
do.
hope
They
so.
do. Yeah, I mean, like, look, if Anne knows about them because she doesn't know My Chemical Romance, but she knows SpongeBob, so pwede yan. Good
I
siya.
know of My Chemical Romance. I don't know their music. Yeah.
Oh, well, there's another one that's really good that's coming up that
What?
I'm super excited about. Well, it's not really like old. It's fairly new. Wednesday.
Wait,
Wednesday
sorry,
Addams.
pero Thursday ngayon ah.
I was waiting for you to do that.
We should have done that yesterday.
I was waiting. I said,
Sorry.
what is Papa going to say?
It's
Today's
already
Thursday and I'm
old
going to bring up
news.
Wednesday. It's new news. It's always Wednesday with Wednesday
You're
Addams.
a day late. You're a
But
day
you know
late.
what? There's something
Grabe
interesting
naman.
about today as well. It's actually World Kitten Day.
I'm
as a
I'm not
resident cat person.
I'm not a
Yes.
cat person. You're as a resident
I'm
cat person.
allergic to cats.
We'll
even
talk
though I
about
love
that
them.
later. I'll make cuento because, you know, it's just the perfect timing because one of our cats gave birth last night.
Your cat? Your feral cat?
Yeah, one of my feral cats gave birth last night. So now we have 3 new kittens.
You should have spayed
Wait,
and
what's
neutered
your
them.
what's your
I
body
can't-
count?
I can't
Like how
touch
many?
them.
How many cats are there?
You know what? I lost count now. Maybe less than 15 or 15 maybe.
Anne will be our next
Yeah.
guest. She'll be the next Cat House 2.0.
That is actually my goal.
Yeah,
to be
same.
able
To have
to
200
buy
cats?
a huge property and have, why not? 200 cats. I love
Ako naman
cats.
sa dogs.
You know what?
And like all the random other animals.
if that ends up happening, I pray that Alvin gives you forgiveness and healing. Kasi yan
Uy,
yung
he's
tawag
such a
natin sa
Alvin
love,
sa
ha?
segue na yan.
Grabe!
Why did you bring up forgiveness and healing,
Kasi
Pao?
nasa love hack siya
Explain.
mamaya.
Yes.
Yung topic, hindi si Alvin. Na love hacks, all right? So love hacks, we're gonna be
surprise
talking
guest
about
pala siya.
forgiveness and healing.
Forgiveness.
It could mean a lot of things. Actually,
Yeah.
lately, yung mga content ni Coach V, if you guys follow Coach V, which you should, it's entertaining, is about she's been asking questions a lot about the cheating and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Diba? And
Yeah.
cheating, and then beyond that also yung healing also.
Okay,
So
I
that
haven't
should
seen
be
her
interesting.
content about cheating, just yung mga singles events.
Oh yeah, no, there's
There's a lot of
Content
events.
about cheating.
No, she has a lot of
Yeah.
content in general.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
literally,
true.
I think she posts like twice a day. I can't
No,
keep
and then
up.
she guests also on other podcasts.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
like, she's
has-
everywhere. Like, you know, we're only a small part in the Coach V empire.
No, like literally.
I
we're
love that
just a
Coach V
speck.
Empire.
Diba? I mean, like, there is a network out there. There's an empire out there that she has wherein she dictates who loves who.
She's Cupid. She's your modern day Cupid.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, like, look, let's find out though whether or not getting to where your love is going to be difficult today.
Wow, the segue.
Galing mo today, Pao.
I know.
Today lang.
I love it.
Thursday is your day.
But yeah, right now, let's go check the situation in major roads at this hour. Here is what's happening, guys, along EDSA Quezon Avenue flyover. Left side of your screens are vehicles going to Quiapo. We're seeing moderate traffic already building up on that stretch. Opposite lane, right side are vehicles going to Quezon Memorial Circle. Light to moderate traffic there as well. Now let's take a look at EDSA White Plains this time. Already busy on the left side of your screens. You're seeing the vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Moderate to heavy traffic on that lane. Right side are vehicles going to Cubao. No problem yet as of this hour. Now heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Thursday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Let's find out if the rains are going to continue this Thursday all day long. Paolo has today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao Pao.
Thank you so much, Mo. Let's take a look at the local weather, where there are two weather systems that are bringing rain to several parts of the country today. Let's start off first with the LPA, a low-pressure area that was last spotted 540 kilometers northeast of Itbayat in Batanes. Now, this LPA has a low chance to develop into a tropical cyclone. However, it is currently intensifying the effects of the southwest monsoon, which is coming in over here. Now, the southwest monsoon, or the habagat, is affecting majority of the country. Expect occasional rain showers in Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Zambales, Bataan, Metro Manila, Cavite, and Occidental Mindoro, possibly leading to localized flooding. Now, for the rest of Luzon, including the Ilocos region, the Cordillera Administrative Region, mainland Cagayan, Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, Bulacan, Batangas, Rizal, Laguna, and the remaining areas of Mimaropa, skies will be generally cloudy with intermittent rain showers and isolated thunderstorms. Now, over in the Visayas, as we go down south, occasional rains are expected over in Antique. Now, cloudy conditions will dominate the Negros Island regions and other parts of western Visayas, with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms that may bring about sudden downpours and gusty winds. Let's go down even further south. Let's go to Mindanao. Let's go to the Zamboanga Peninsula, Bottoms, Oxargen, and Davao Occidental. All of these areas will have cloudy skies with rain showers that will be experienced due to the southwest monsoon. So all of these areas here, as I move on over to the side to show you, even Sarangani is affected by that. Now, as for the rest of the country, including areas in the Visayas and Mindanao that are not directly affected by the habagat, you can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, mostly in the late evening. Now, as for our sea conditions over our coastal waters remain generally manageable, but caution is still advised. Although no gale warning is in effect, moderate to rough sea conditions are likely, although the northern and western coastlines of northern Luzon, with wave heights that could reach up to 3.0 meters, potentially is dangerous for small sea craft. So do make sure you are safe in the northern part of the country. Now, in other coastal areas, winds will be light to moderate, resulting in wave heights of up to 0.6 to 2.1 meters. Fisherfolk and sea travelers are strongly urged to remain alert. The combined effects of Typhoon Bising and the southwest monsoon, well, Typhoon Bising we saw a while ago, but the LPA rather, and the southwest monsoon could suddenly worsen the sea conditions, possibly causing stronger winds and higher waves. Now, several local government units have announced class suspensions due to the extreme weather conditions affecting parts of the country. In Marikina City and San Mateo, Rizal, classes in all levels, both public and private, are suspended today, Thursday, July 10, 2025. In La Trinidad, Benguet, class suspensions cover preschool to senior high school levels, also in both public and private schools. Meanwhile, in Patnanungan in Quezon, classes in all levels, public and private, are suspended for 2 days, July 10 and July 11. Local authorities advise residents to monitor official announcements and take necessary precautions as heavy rains may continue to affect these areas. That is it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao, for that weather update. Now on to our top stories. Retired judge and PCSO chairman Felix Reyes denies accusations. That's after whistleblower Julie Dondon Patidongan alias Totoy claimed a legal fixer works for Bilyonaryo and gambling tycoon Atong Ang. Patidongan eventually revealed Reyes' name in an interview on Bilyonaryo News Channel. He said the retired judge himself arranged for them to be released on bail in 2021. Reyes said he is willing to cooperate with the investigation, but he has a challenge to the whistleblower: substantiate your accusations or shut up. The PCSO chief doubts the timing of the accusation, which came a day after he applied for the ombudsman post.
Justice Secretary Boying Remulla reveals what could be a potential game changer in the investigation. In an exclusive interview with Bilyonaryo News Channel's On Point, Remulla said they are seeing a clear connection between the bloody drug war and the Isabong killings.
Saka meron kami ibang convergence na nakikita. Nagkaroon ng convergence pati yung drug war. May intersection yung drug war dito sa killings sa Isabong. Somehow because the operators of many of the operations of many of the people here were intertwined also with the drug war. Meaning to say, they were involved in the drug war and they were also involved in the silencing of these people. Yung suspects na, yung suspects sa drug war, yung mga pumapatay ng tao, maaaring sila rin ang kasama dito na pumapatay din ng mga sabuyan.
A whistleblower named Julie Patidongan alias Totoy recently came forward claiming around 100 Sabongeros have been abducted and killed after they were caught cheating. Remulla said that regardless of whether a body is found, a kidnapping case will be filed against the suspects. The Justice Chief is confident there is sufficient evidence to support the claim.
Positive na sila kumuha ng tao. Kahit hindi na nahahanap yung tao, positive pa rin nangyari yung kidnapping. Meron din tayong batas on enforcement surveillances under 9851 on international humanitarian law and other crimes. Yan, kasama yan. Enforced disappearance na nga. Kahit walang katawan, alam mo, enforced disappearance. Kaya sabi ko nga, we have to work overtime on different concepts so that we will find the right place to fight for these cases.
Senator J.V. Ejercito points to online wallets and other payment platforms as enablers in the worsening culture of online gambling.
Pasensya na po, pero talagang ang tingin ko sa kanila, enabler sila sa online gaming, itong mga e-wallets or GCash.
He says these apps give easy access to e-gambling and they even enable minors to play. The senator adds that we should also be reviewing the celebrities and influencers that endorse online gambling platforms.
Siguro nung kinuha silang endorser, syempre hindi mo na masisi, no, na sayang din yun. Income yun for them. But probably what they didn't know or didn't expect that the consequences will be this way.
Like other senators, Ejercito is only pushing for regulation and not a total ban on online gambling. But he says if additional steps are not effective, we should sacrifice profits to prevent ruined lives.
Senator Risa Hontiveros has filed a cyber libel complaint against former Senate witness Michael Maurilio and 6 others. This comes after a viral video showed Maurilio claiming he was allegedly paid 1 million pesos by Hontiveros to testify against Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Kibuloy, as well as against Rodrigo and Sara Duterte. Hontiveros maintained the possibility that Maurilio remains a victim, but said his statements have damaged the credibility of other witnesses.
Hindi lang po ito kaso ng fake news. Dear colleagues, ito ay sistematiko at sadyang pag-atake pati sa mga witnesses, mga taong naglakas loob sa kabila ng kanilang takot na sabihin ang kanilang katotohanan.
The other respondents include attorney Ferdinand Topacio and online personalities Banat Bay, Jeffrey Celis, Crisette Chu, Jay Sonza, and Tio Moreno. Several of them have denied the allegations, calling the complaint an attack on free speech.
Malacanang is taking a hands-off stance on talks surrounding the reported last wishes of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Palace press officer Claire Castro says it's a private matter and one for the Duterte family to address. Vice President Sara Duterte earlier revealed that her father's last wish is not to have his remains brought back to the Philippines if he dies while in The Hague, Netherlands. FPRRD's ex-wife, Elizabeth Zimmerman, also said the former president is almost skin and bones inside the ICC detention center.
Congress members stressed that the decision on former President Duterte's repatriation now lies with the International Criminal Court and not the Philippine government. This comes after Duterte-aligned senators moved to file a resolution calling for his immediate return to the Philippines. Representatives Laila de Lima, Terry Ridon, and Antonio Tino dismissed the move, saying the ICC will not be swayed by local political gestures.
Wala na ho sa kapangyarihan ng gobyerno natin na pabalikin siya. Kasi yung isang international tribunal, which is the ICC, with competent jurisdiction over the alleged crimes, the crimes against humanity, at nakuha na nga siya, kasi naaresto nga siya, legally, validly, ay nandun na sa kanila.
They are free, obviously, to do a Senate resolution, but you have to be very frank. It is not within the power of the Philippine government to send the former president back home.
Senators Bongo and Bato de la Rosa have already signed the resolution, which has yet to be filed by Senator Robin Padilla.
Shots fired once again from Malacanang to Vice President Sara Duterte. Palace press officer Claire Castro says the Vice President should focus on taking action, not on going elsewhere. Castro adds it's VP Sara who should be held responsible for the escalating word war between the two highest offices in the land. The palace is also questioning the vice president's motives for speaking out after she took jabs at the administration's policies, including the 20 peso rice program. This comes after VP Sara defended herself, saying she was merely pushing back against the administration's public criticisms.
Tandaan po natin, ang Pangulo po, aksyon, aksyon, hindi bakasyon. Sa ngayon po ba ay nasaan si VP Sara o si Pangulong, si Vice Presidente nung yan ay sinabi niya? Nasaan po ba siya ngayon? The Hague. Tama naman po na ang bawat tao, lalong-lalo na po ang public servant, ay dapat nananalamin at ina-assess niya yung sarili niya kung siya ba'y nagtatrabaho, namumulitika o nagbabakasyon lang.
The Duterte bloc in the Senate is endorsing Cheese Escudero's leadership for the 20th Congress, with 7 senators expressing full support. Senator Bato de la Rosa explained that they back Escudero due to his openness and inclusivity in the last Congress.
Nakapag-commit na kami. I don't know kung nakapirma na yung iba.
Ay kayo, sir.
Ako nakapirma na ako. In principle, kami, Duterte Bloc, napag-usapan namin, we are inclined to support the Senate President Jesus Escudero.
He also plans to file a motion soon to clarify if the 20th Congress has jurisdiction over the impeachment case against VP Sara.
As the State of the Nation address of President Marcos draws near, the PNP is gearing up for the expected protests. Nearly 12,000 officers are going to be deployed around the country, including in and around the National Assembly, where the SONA is to be held on July 28. Meanwhile, the PNP says they have not yet received applications for permits to rally during the SONA, but they will be limiting the areas available for protesters as well as controlling their spacing.
We are already coordinating doon po sa mga normal na mga grupo na nagsasagawa po ng kanilang mga protest action rallies po. Are also expecting na magkakaroon before ng coordinated Unauthorized doon na rin po sa mga all route line po. So, gaya ng ginagawa po natin in previous years, we make it a point na hindi po sila magkasama sa isang lugar, medyo may distansya para maiwasan po natin yung unidad or kada dito man mataas yung tension, so mas mailing magkahiwalay po sila ng linda po.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez has submitted an amendment for the bank secrecy law. Under House Bill number 7, the Bangko Sentral of the Philippines will be allowed to look into the bank deposits of individuals, corporations, and other groups under suspicion. Currently, Republic Act 1405 prevents the disclosure of bank deposits and accounts, which presents an obstacle in investigations against corporations that may be breaking the law. Should the proposal go through, the BSP will be empowered to look into suspicious accounts for dubious transactions.
In world news, U.S. President Donald Trump raises tariffs on the Philippines goods to 20% from the previous 17%. Trump issued a round of tariff letters to other countries, including Algeria, Iraq, Libya, and Sri Lanka. The duties would take effect on August 1st. This comes a day after the U.S. president said he was broadening his trade war by imposing a 50% tariff on imported copper. In Texas, flags were lowered to half-staff to honor the victims of a devastating flash flood that killed at least 119 people. The statewide order to lower flags was given early on July 9th until the sunrise of July 14th. Authorities say more than 170 people were still missing and death toll could still rise significantly. Searchers have not found anyone alive since Friday. The flood happened after Guadalupe River overflowed from torrential rains on July 4th.
Now on to sports. The San Miguel Beermen takes the last spot in the PBA Philippine Cup in epic fashion. The Beermen outlasted Barangay Ginebra San Miguel in Game 7 of the semifinals Wednesday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum 100-93. Junmar Fajardo, JMF, once again proves he's built for the big stage, delivering a double-double of 21 points and 19 rebounds, including 2 big blocks on Japet Aguilar. Best player of the game, Chris Ross, added 19 points, 3 boards, and 7 assists after not playing in the previous game. San Miguel now advances to face defending champs TNT Tropang 5G, who are on a quest for a rare Grand Slam. A lot of history between these two teams. Now, back in 2011, if you remember, the Beermen actually denied the TNT franchise, the Tropang 5G right now, a Grand Slam bid, defeating them in that series, in that 7-game series, for the Governor's Cup title. Game 1 of the Philippine Cup Finals is set for Sunday, July 13, still at the Big Dome. Now over in tennis, can't stop, won't stop. Novak Djokovic is back in the Wimbledon semifinals. The 38-year-old Serbian star survived a tough 4-set test from Italy's Flavio Cobolli in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Djokovic's Wimbledon campaign is historical on multiple fronts. He's not just chasing a record-tying 8th Wimbledon title, he's also made a record 14th semifinals appearance at the All-England Club. The former world number 1 is now just 2 wins away from a record 25th Grand Slam title. But he says he knows the real challenge lies ahead.
Sinner and Alcaraz, we know that they're the dominant force right now in the tennis. And, if I want to at least go a step further, I have to beat the number 1 in the world and eventually play Alcaraz in the finals. So, physically, I hope that I'll be able to sustain that. That's more of a concern than a game-wise. I think game-wise, the way I'm feeling the ball when I'm fit and ready, I feel like I can go toe-to-toe with these guys, and even beat them if I'm playing my best.
Up next for Djokovic in the semis is top tournament seed Jannik Sinner. Now, shocking news over in Formula One as Red Bull parts ways with longtime team principal Christian Horner. The 51-year-old Horner was the team's longest-serving executive, having been in the position since Red Bull made its F1 debut back in 2005. Since then, Horner transformed the team from underdog to F1 powerhouse, winning 8 Drivers' World Championships and 6 Constructors' titles. The team has yet to explain the reason behind his dismissal, but questions around his future have lingered since last year. Now, the father of Red Bull star Max Verstappen called for his exit following allegations of misconduct filed by a female employee. Now, Horner has since denied the claims and was later cleared after an investigation. Now, Red Bull is currently 4th in the Constructors' Championship, far behind this year's frontrunners McLaren.
Now in entertainment, are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants just got announced, and this time he's taking on infamous Ghost Pirate, the Flying Dutchman, featuring the regular star-studded voice cast, including Tom Kenny as SpongeBob and Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, as the Flying Dutchman. You can catch these SquarePants in theaters this December. Nagulat si Pao!
I should change my mind. Aye, aye, Captain! Sayang. Let's do that again.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob.
Are you okay, Pao?
It's a good cartoon.
I
It's a fun one. It's a
I
fun.
would
It's a
not be
great.
that excited about SpongeBob.
I was just not excited about that, but take a look at this. It's a different look.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
more porous.
I know.
I was like, you can actually see it.
Like he really looks like a sponge this time. Like you really want to squeeze it in your hand.
Do you remember the last movie, the one with David Hasselhoff?
I don't think I remember that one. I don't think I even
David
saw
Hasselhoff?
it.
David Hasselhoff was
I
part of
still
it.
prefer the
I
original
already want to laugh knowing it's David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. And I think in the last SpongeBob movie, they ran into David Hasselhoff as a lifeguard.
Oh,
And David Hasselhoff.
Baywatch.
Yeah, and they rode David Hasselhoff like a jet ski.
LOL.
So it's really good. It was really fun.
Okay.
It was
But
really
they
fun
all
to
look
watch,
the
and I
same
can't wait to
except
see
for
this one.
SpongeBob. Look, like Patrick looks the same, Squidward looks the same, Sandy. It's just SpongeBob that became extra porous.
Yeah, no, and there's a bit of live action there, so yeah, we'll see how it works out. I mean, like Mark Hamill being part
exciting.
of it, I think is always
Luke
a good deal.
Skywalker.
I mean, like people say Luke Skywalker when you think Mark Hamill, but then people forget sometimes that he's such a great voice actor.
I didn't even realize
is.
he was doing
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
yeah.
He's probably one of the more iconic voice actors out there, especially with his work with the Joker. He is probably the most iconic voice of the Joker. So
did
seeing
not
him
know
in
that.
SpongeBob is probably it's going to be really fun. Because he has range.
Interesting.
The dude has range.
Yeah.
No, clearly, I mean, from Anakin, Luke Skywalker. No, Luke Skywalker. Anakin is the
thank
son.
God.
I corrected myself.
Oh my
I almost
gosh.
gave Pao another heart attack. Anakin is the son who becomes Darth Vader.
And played by
Oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh, he's my crush.
Huh?
Date.
Darth Vader?
No, the old Darth Vader.
Oo.
What is his name? The one that plays with Natalie Portman.
Hayden.
Christensen.
There you go.
Panettiere.
Okay.
Hayden Panettiere is the blonde girl.
Oh, yeah.
Pao's about to have a triple bypass today with all of our mga hearings. Hayden Panettiere, so not that one. Oh, Hayden Christensen. That's my other crushie.
Aw, look at SpongeBob and his
And what?
body part.
Well, here's another one that
I
Paolo...
was gonna say something.
Ready for
Not good
more?
for
Wednesday
on air.
season 2 is here.
Wow, he took my
And it's
entertainment.
about to get
Okay.
spooky.
Okay, Netflix has released a trailer of the new installment showing Wednesday Addams on a new mission to save her roommate Enid from a dreadful fate. The teaser also reveals Wednesday's return to Nevermore Academy, where she encounters a new school leader and a group of fangirls who can't get enough of her. Part 1 of Season 2 drops August 6, followed by Part 2 on September 3.
Can I get your autograph? I only signed my name in blood.
Think twice before throwing away your chopsticks after Chinese or Japanese food Friday nights, because a creative group is turning these one-time use bamboo sticks into furniture. That story after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hello, hello, welcome back. You're still watching. It's a beautiful day. Our guest this morning found a good use for old chopsticks by turning them into fine pieces of furniture. Now that's innovation. We're joined in the studio by ChopValue founder Tim Nang. It's a beautiful day, Tim. Thank you for coming.
Hi. Thank you for
I
having
love
me.
your concept, and I see that you've bought a bunch of them here, but I want to just know what made you decide, okay, let's just turn all these used chopsticks and make them into something beautiful.
Well, I wish I could take all the credit for it, but this is a franchise that started in Vancouver.
Okay.
So the founder was a bamboo engineer, started in Germany, went around doing bamboo work for IKEA and BMW, found his way getting his master's in Vancouver, was eating sushi one day and thought to himself, I wonder what these chopsticks can do. We throw them away all the time. It's actually bamboo.
Yeah.
And he invested in some manufacturing machines, and now we get this.
Bringing it to the Philippines, though, was it a challenge? What was the experience like? Because you did mention, you had to practically import this technology, this methodology.
Yeah, so we met Felix, who's the founder, at a conference, and we love the concept. And the Philippines is one of the biggest waste contributors in the world. I think 30% of the waste that's in the oceans is from the Philippines.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Especially plastic.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing.
It's sort of geographical because we are an island nation, so it's just
Facing the Pacific. Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
So a lot of that happens. So I felt like this is a massive problem globally because we're one of the biggest contributors, and I felt that starting with something as simple as a chopstick could help inspire a lot of different sustainability initiatives that we could possibly do here. So.
I'm curious. I was asking Monique earlier, how do you gather the chopsticks, the used chopsticks, and what is the process? Like, how do you clean them for reuse?
So we partner with a lot of the restaurants here in Metro Manila, malls also, because they're very big contributors and consumers of chopsticks as well, especially some of the Japanese restaurants and a lot of the Oriental restaurants. And so we collect them weekly and we bring them to our facility. And in our facility, we sort them, make sure there's no extra trash.
Right.
We dip them in a water-based resin, and then from there we cook it in an oven for about 12 hours. So that kills all the germs, so it's not gross anymore.
Yeah.
And then from that, we press them in high heat, and from that we get these tiles. And from these small tiles, that's what we use to eventually make all the different products that we have.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so that's the process you call bake and press or something like that?
We don't exactly have a term
Okay.
for
Yeah,
it.
there's no
but
term for it
yeah.
yet.
Pointed yourself.
But I might
No,
take
she-
that.
No, she wants to be part of the IP. But when we take a look at the process is carbon negative, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
So when it's carbon negative, it actually some people are concerned like how you make environmentally friendly things.
Right.
But then your process, it seems like it's actually helping contribute to, well, at least the habit of creating something carbon negative instead of accidentally contributing to the problem.
Right. So, just background. So, anything carbon positive is anything that you do that contributes to the carbon emissions that go
Yes.
into the atmosphere. Right. So, going carbon negative is trying to take what we're already doing that contributes to that and trying to reduce that. So, ChopValue hits that on 4 different fronts. So, based on the resourcing, so we're not leveling a forest to get the materials that we need.
Right.
The logistics on trucking things from place to place, so just based on us having local manufacturing and it just being collected within a few kilometers of where it's going to be processed,
Yeah.
you're saving on gas emissions. And then the manufacturing machines that we use are also very efficient with the electricity. And then because it's a much durable product, you have a longer life cycle as well. So on all those fronts, we're reducing what would be higher emissions should you be using a different material that's normally in circulation.
Yeah, and Tim, the range of products that you guys make is very impressive, and I am super amazed. If you guys zoom in on the products, you can see actually like over here this line where the chopsticks are. So like it's different textures.
And
it's
from the
really
sides,
cool.
you can
yeah, and from the
see
sides you can see
there.
where
I'm already
they-
using one of the products here. just
You
saying.
are, yeah, like where they.
The
Yeah,
roller coaster.
I'm bringing home this
Wow, she-
cell phone holder.
She
Yeah, by
claimed
all
it.
means, take
Anyway, Tim, can you walk us through what products you guys have other than like the chopping boards, the grazing boards, and the phone holder that Anne claimed?
So we have some basic items that we have in retail. So we have coasters, phone stands, tablet stands, charcuterie boards, cheese boards. We have personalized desks that are height adjustable. And then for our projects that we do, essentially whatever you make in a wood shop, you can also replace with this material. So we've done trophies, we've done wall accents, we've done decor. As you see in some of the pictures, we did a big charcuterie table for Marriott just recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that wall accent for Sheraton that's also there. Some projects with the Ayala Foundation. That's a bread display over there with
That's
in
not the Marriott, right?
Yeah, in the
Ooh, that's
cafe.
nice.
Oh, I've seen
So,
that.
we tag every single product with
Yeah.
how many chopsticks it's made out of and the carbon footprint impact it's reducing. And it's just a very versatile material that you can use for as far as whatever your technical team and your imagination can
Right.
bring it.
Tim, I made a joke a while ago that it's called ChopValue, but then
Yeah.
the value increases. It doesn't get chopped. When you
Right.
take a look at what the value of the chopstick waste was to what you have right now. When we talk about this from a business perspective, how are you surprised at the type of market that you've had, especially considering that they're luxury hotels getting your product? It's not. It doesn't feel that cheap, even if the material is cheap. When you take a look at chopsticks,
Right. Well, as far as the market, we're discovering that as we go. So I think one of the beautiful things about jumping into the sustainability industry is that it has been a journey.
yeah.
Especially going into it, like collecting chopsticks for the first time, like going restaurant to restaurant.
How
saying,
was that like?
Yeah, like
I
what are
was-
the reactions? Like, hi, can I have like the customer's old chopsticks
Yeah,
that they use?
so it was an interesting experience because I'd be like, hello, pangalan ko si Tim. Gusto ko ang chopsticks mo. And they're like,
Now I
"What?"
know why you and Mo are friends, by the way.
We sound the same.
Yeah,
Oh my
so-
God. But go ahead, yeah.
But basically, it was like the first few partners that we were getting had no idea, couldn't quite understand, but especially once we started producing some samples and things started started moving along, we had some references. And then from there, we had a really big partnership with Ayala that came out of it. And as you were talking about, like the market of it being like, you know, Ayala, these luxury hotels, we're discovering, especially with a lot of the leaders in business here, they're starting to be more conscious in sustainability. And because of that, it's, you know, it's a weight off your shoulder, and it's a great relief to see that there's other people in the pool with you. So we're trying to take it in, like, I don't know if you've watched Tenet before, but like a pincer approach. So we're reaching out to the leaders to do the current you know, engagement with the products and, you know, participating and replacing a lot of their requirements with our material. And then we also have the retail where we're trying to get these small, like, phone stands and coasters into people's homes to just start that conversation about sustainability.
Yeah,
You know,
and I love that.
you should also put like bins in every restaurant, like drop your used chopsticks here.
Yeah.
So they
To
just
make it
drop them there.
easier.
Yeah, to make it easier, right? for
Anne
you
wants
to
to
gather.
invest in this business so bad.
No, would you say that the quality is the same as, you know, using fresh wood for the furniture?
Sometimes better. So
I feel like it's more tibay nga eh.
Yeah, definitely. It's stronger. It's harder than stronger than maple and harder than oak. So if you were to look, if we want to get technical about it, and if you wanted
Like
to go,
in the karate.
Can we just tell everyone who is interested in karate and taekwondo not to use this?
It really hurts. I just tried.
It really hurts.
Literally,
Something.
I went like this and it hurts.
You almost lost Mo and Anne.
Oh my god.
Anne's hands.
I mean, 496 chopsticks. Who would have thought
Buti na
that it
lang
would be
Anne
this
doesn't need her
hard?
hands, her voice lang.
well, it's the age-old saying. Remember, like they would say, like if you try to break one chopstick, it's very easy, but if you try to break several, it's
Yes.
Yeah, it is hard.
So that's the same
Yeah.
philosophy into this.
No, this is crazy. But you know what, Tim? Like you said in the beginning when you started, people look at you like, oh, chopsticks. What has the reception been like, apart from the businesses that are getting your products, with just day-to-day people?
It's been very, very good. Where it's a great feeling knowing that once people see it, lots of people are on board. They're very excited about it. I think it's great to see that more people than you would think are aware of the waste problem and the solutions that we're trying to get to. So when people see it, it's people are very receptive and they're very excited.
Tim, if people want to reach out to you, check out your catalog, reach out and of course purchase your products, how can they do so? And of course, how can they throw other used chopsticks at you?
So we just launched our retail website, so it's chopvalue.ph, and we also have our Instagram at chopvalue_ph.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. And I cannot wait to have my whole house decked up all in used chopsticks. I'm literally obsessed.
All right, guys, we got to go chop.
Okay, I got to chop.
Thank you so much, Kelsey, for that joke.
Thanks, guys. Again, thank you so much, Tim, for joining us this
thanks for
morning.
having me.
Thank you, Tim.
We appreciate you. Now, we've got more stories for you after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Samsung has unveiled its new Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 phones. Analysts say the new model tackles the main issues with foldable phones, such as bulkiness and weight, with the Fold 7 being slimmer and lighter than the Fold 6. The South Korean company is also enhancing its partnership with Google to enhance AI capabilities as it aims to lead mobile innovation in that market.
star showed up in the style for the Balenciaga Haute Couture show in Paris as the fashion house says farewell to designer Demna with his final collection before he moves to Gucci. Reality TV icon Kim Kardashian graced the runway while actors Nicole Kidman and Naomi Watts and singer Katy Perry made their usual appearances. Rap star Cardi B and singer Jo Yeon from K-pop group The Boys also had fans cheering. The show set the stage for a new era as Balenciaga's next designer, Paolo Piccioli, I think I said that right, will debut his first collection this October at Paris Fashion Week.
Now, you've heard of pregnant Barbie, wheelchair-wearing Barbie, and haunted ghost Barbie. This time, Mattel launches the first ever Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes. The doll's accessories include insulin patches, a continuous glucose monitor, and an insulin pump. To ensure accurate representation of the community, Barbie partnered with type 1 diabetes charities to design the medical equipment. Mattel says this is a means to increase awareness of the condition and help young people with diabetes feel more confident. Diabetes Barbie, that is so interesting, complete with all the equipment, the
I know,
insulin
it's cool.
patches.
I'm glad that Barbie or Mattel, they're kind of branching out into just
look
your
at that.
typical everyday person.
No, it's because remember when in various segments of Weather HQ, we've actually talked about how diabetes is actually affecting the younger
Yes.
younger
They were
people
proud.
right now. I wouldn't be surprised if the youth in general are experiencing it a lot more than what we used to. So, I mean, especially when you're a kid and you're really personable and you're really worried about situations like that, seeing a toy, a very popular one at that, actually represent diabetes, I'm
it makes
sure
you feel
would help.
better.
Yeah, I don't think this will be a bestseller.
Not a bestseller, but it's more
It just
of like
makes
a
you
hope
feel
kind of make it feel
like
better
you're part
Barbie.
of the
Yes.
community.
Because like I remember when we were younger, pal. Do you remember Nick Jonas? He was
Sino yan?
my other husband. When my other husband,
Does Nick Jonas know?
Yeah, of course. We broke up.
Yeah.
He's dating some other girl now. Anyway, when Nick Jonas got diabetes, I remember like everybody's like, oh my gosh, Nick Jonas has diabetes. It's like the end of the world. But he made it like a thing where it's just a normal everyday life and you can still live with it. So I think it's great that Barbie's doing that
And
as
Mattel
well.
is actually working on creating Barbies like this, you know, a diabetes Barbie. And I found out they also have a Barbie with hearing aids.
Oh, yeah. And then they had an aswang Barbie too.
Yeah,
Manananggal.
Yeah,
Manananggal.
that's kind of mythical.
Oh, pero
the
iba yun.
mythical line. And
But
that's
that's
what
what
naman
it's
is like
cool that they're branching out to like all these different things.
Including, you know, these certain individuals. There's also a Down syndrome Barbie, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it makes them feel like, okay, this is part of the community. It's normal.
Yeah, so kudos to Mattel. We cannot wait. But now, Anne, contain your excitement because it's a special day for kittens today. It's World Kitten Day. The special event was created to celebrating these adorable... Girl, I'm reading.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Okay, balik the prompter because Anne messed me up. Okay.
Sorry,
Let me do it again.
Excited.
Okay, and take. Okay. It's a special day for kittens today. It's World Kitten Day. The special event was created to celebrating these adorable fur babies and encouraging their adoption from shelters. Ay, nako, Anne.
I'm sorry, I got so excited. It's my
Messed up
cat.
my read.
Ang akala ko sobrang professional na ni Mo dahil sa agenda na siya. Pero napapaano rin siya, napapastop.
Kasi wala naman sa agenda si Anne. Ang kulit ni Anne katabi ko.
Oh, that's orange.
Where's Bilyo?
There's a video. I sent Kelsey a video of this is Ricky Girl. And
Bakit Ricky Girl?
That's Billion. That is the kitten that I got from the Bilyonaryo pantry.
Yeah,
so
I remember.
brought him
She
home.
brought him.
He's not that small anymore. That was during when I first got him from the pantry. Now he's so big and taba.
What have you been feeding
This is
them, Anne?
Hopi.
What do you feed your
Cat
cats?
food, premium cat food.
Wow, pang Bilyonaryo.
That's why I'm losing all my money already.
Kaya pala hindi ka kumakain because your cats are eating.
Exactly. This is the reason why I don't eat, guys, and I'm losing weight because the weight goes to all the cats. But I love them. And now one of my mommy cats, they gave birth, and we have 3 new kittens. And now I need someone to donate like a lot for me so I can adopt more cats. All the Bilyonarios watching. If you want to partner with me, let's put up a cat shelter. Yeah, you
What
should
would you
get
call your
someone
cat
who
shelter?
Huh?
What would you call your cat shelter?
Ang daming kitten.
Ang daming pusa!
Ang daming pusa! I love it. There, my cats. But cats are adorable, and they're very clean.
They really are.
You just
I'm
put your
sad
litter box
I can't
there.
because I'm
You're
allergic to them.
yeah.
Otherwise, I would.
Allegedly.
I am.
No, she
I literally
sneezes.
puff up.
Yeah.
I saw it now. I like puff
Remember
up and I
when
get
I was
watery.
carrying Billion?
Yeah, I was
and
about
then-
to puff up like Violet from Willy Wonka. You don't want to see that. Nope.
That's Billion. I named him Billion from Bilyonaryo.
I was not happy with us today.
I know.
His reactions are so.
Are you okay, pal?
We have more stories for you, plus our horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. The death toll from the July 4th flash flood that swept through central Texas has risen to at least 109. Many of them children, as search and rescue teams continue to comb through debris for over 180 missing people. The worst hit area is Kerr County, particularly Kerrville, where torrential rains last Friday flooded the Guadalupe River Basin, turning the town into a disaster zone. On Wednesday, swollen waters could still be seen rushing through Lewis Hayes Park. Now littered with debris and uprooted trees, a family of deer was spotted struggling to cross the river. Governor Greg Abbott confirmed that more than 180 people remain unaccounted for, marking one of the deadliest flood disasters in recent U.S. history. Moving on to Asia, in Chongqing, China, heavy rains, strong winds battered several districts in Chongqing on Tuesday and Wednesday, causing flooding, traffic disruptions, and emergency evacuations. Yubei District recorded its heaviest rainfall this year, with hailstorms and fallen trees blocking roads. In Daduku, a motorcyclist was rescued from floodwaters as crews responded to multiple incidents. In Banan District, over 200 residents were evacuated and at least 80 others rescued from flooded areas. A total of 22 counties experienced torrential rain, with weather officials warning of more storms in the coming days. Now moving to Europe, in Athens, Greece, temperatures soared to 40 degrees Celsius this week, forcing the temporary closure of Acropolis and leaving workers battling extreme heat. The historic site closed during peak hours on Wednesday, July 9, reopening after 5 p.m. as Red Cross volunteers handed out water to tourists. Across Athens, workers like street vendors Manelios pushed through the heat, saying, "You endure it whether you like it or not," he said. Officials warn of more extreme weather as heat waves grow more frequent. And that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now, eto na! Is today going to be your lucky day? Let's go find out from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! It's a beautiful day with me, Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope for Thursday, July 10. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, panatiling tuyo ang paa at magdala ng extra medyas ngayong tag-ulan. Yellow at 2. Kay Ox naman tayo, may opportunity na ibibigay sa'yo. Tanggapin mo na yan, red at 6. Kay Tiger naman tayo, iwasan ang sobrang lamig. Mag-jacket kung kinakailangan. Baka sumakit ang kasukasuan. White at 4. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, maghanda ng emergency kit sa bahay tulad ng gamot, flashlight, at power bank. Pink at 5. Kay Year of Dragon, ikaw ang napili para sa special na trabaho. Trusts the process. Silver at 1. Kay Snake naman tayo, iwasan ang street food kung basa ang paligid. Blue at 7. Ito naman! Kay Year of the Horsey, subukan mong online business tulad ng personalized na mugs, mga hoodies, at mga rainy seasons na mga regalo. Purple at 8. Kay Year of the Ship naman, magbaon ng alcohol at face mask, lalo na ngayong rainy season. Beige at 3. Monkey naman tayo, maayos mong ma-handle ang isang krisis. Green at 6. Kay Rooster naman tayo, bawasan ang soft drinks at uminom ng herbal tea. Gray at 9. Kay Year of the Dog naman tayo, may recognition na paparating. Maging humble. Gold at 1. At kay Year of the Pig naman tayo, may makaka-appreciate ng effort mo nang hindi mo inaasahan. Blue at 7. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day. Dito lang po sa It's a Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you so much, Master Hans Kua. So, magbabaon ako ng alcohol and face mask because sabi ni Master Hans, madami daw mga virus ngayon para hindi ako magkasakit. And ikaw, you need to drink herbal tea.
Mag-relax ka nga.
Yeah, you gotta chill, girl.
Oo. Yung Chinese herbal tea.
Yes.
Like yan,
My favorite kind of herbal tea. I can't wait.
Mga jasmine.
With
ginseng.
Ginseng.
No, hanggang
Ginkgo
salabat.
biloba. Yan.
I like what is it? Salaba. Ay, salabat.
Salabat.
Salabat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
honey. That's my favorite. What was yours, Pao? Magbe-business ka
Just
daw.
online business ka
online
daw.
business. Meron
Yeah.
mga personalized, like very specific si Master
Oh,
Hans.
very
Mga
personalized.
personalized reindeer and all of that.
Mugs daw.
I thought you said
Reindeer.
Reindeer.
I know, I thought he said reindeer.
Kapag Pasko.
Reindeer?
Kapag Pasko.
Si Dash, you get Dasher, you
Si
get
Donner,
Prancer,
si
Vixen,
Prancer,
Rudolph.
Si Rudolph.
Or you can have a reindeer named after you, di
Oo,
ba?
you can feed them also yung herbs ng tea. Oo. So, it's what a day, guys. What a day. Grabe. No?
Alam mo yun, tayo lang nakakaintindi sa inside
I know,
joke
ang dami
natin.
na, guys.
The viewers are like, what on earth are they talking
so
about?
if you wanna know what the inside joke is, okay, all you have to do is rewatching Weather HQ segment ko about global weather just
Something
now.
happened behind the scenes and we were dying. And
gosh.
I'm sorry, Paolo, that had to endure us dying laughing.
Look, for those
It was
wondering,
very professional.
Yeah,
though.
you
You
were
were able
supposed
to
to
hold your laughter in.
yeah, look at Mo. Direct ko ba pa zoom in sa mukha ni Mo? Kanina may eyeliner yan eh. Ngayon wala na.
My
Because
window, I was crying.
she ended up
I was crying,
crying
laughing.
during
my
and the thing
goodness,
is,
so
the Weather
funny.
HQ news was not good. It wasn't great news. Pero, my
It was not
goodness.
the least bit
It
funny.
was
It
not the
was
least bit
funny. It was so
funny.
serious, but it
Yeah,
wasn't you.
yeah.
It was something that happened behind the scenes.
It's just that, guys, pronunciation of certain words do not work.
You guys can
well
actually
sometimes.
come to the studio next time and watch us,
Yeah, you know
do
what?
the show
We need
live.
to
so you
open
can
the
hear
show.
all the conversations on
No,
there.
like behind
to
the
open
scenes
the
is more
show.
fun. Like what happens, honestly, when the camera's off,
Guys, let
it's
us know
insane.
if we were to charge tickets here. Kasi, the ticket price will go up, by the way. Kasi,
Bakit may ticket price? Just have free,
Shh,
ano.
shh,
Okay,
lang,
go.
Wait lang, okay? Kasi, the ticket
Ito
price will
yung
go
personal
up.
business
Oh my
niya.
gosh!
Business siya. Yeah, right. Okay. So, nagbe-business ka na. You're following
Okay, go.
Master Hans.
So, you're gonna do ticket prices.
Sige, go.
Personalized tickets. No, kasi the tickets starting next week, baka tumaas yung presyo. Kasi magre-revamp tayo, wala na si Mo.
Yeah.
Hindi,
It
bababa
might be,
the value.
it might be,
Ganun ba? Wala eh. We
yeah,
can't afford
sorry.
Mo anymore kasi, we can't
Pang-agenda
afford her.
kasi siya.
Pang-agenda na si
Ay,
Mo.
I'm not the only one on agenda.
Yeah.
Somebody's also joining
Weekend agenda.
So 7 days a week na po si Voice Talentita.
Yes, that's right, guys. I'm here Monday to Sunday.
Ako wala akong agenda
That's how
eh.
much I love BNC, see?
We all love BNC except for Pao. Walang agenda.
What are you
Char.
talking about?
May sarili siyang agenda.
Oo, yes, his own personalized
Hidden
agenda.
No, I do.
Hidden agenda.
I do the weather. Keep the day sunny.
Of course,
When I
you bring
can.
the sunshine
I bring
to
the
our
sunshine.
lives, Pao.
Except kapag umuulan, then I tell you about the rain. But of course, you know what? We have a lot more to talk about because we have
Hopefully,
love hacks.
you'll forgive and forget us.
Ay,
Not
ayun.
forget, forgive
No,
them.
I forget you.
You should.
Wow!
Can I forgive you for that? I don't know.
You should forgive Mo. Forgive Mo for making you laugh during your news.
That wasn't my
item.
fault, ha? I just got hit by the laughing spirit. Hindi ko makontrol.
Can you... so, Anne pala to?
Is that me?
Ay, ako na pala. Yes.
It's not just Anne.
What is going on with today? Forgive me, guys. Forgive and forget. That's what they say, but that's easier said than done. That conversation and forgiveness on Love Hacks after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Sorry. Hi there, and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Healing isn't pretty. Forgiveness isn't either. Is there a hack for forgiving somebody who hurt you so bad a sorry is not enough? How about somebody who never even said sorry at all? Let's talk about that on today's Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad. Love hacks,
Our resident dating coach V is here with us again in the studio as we talk all about this. It's a beautiful day, Coach V. Lovely having you here as always.
Thank you for having me back, everybody.
Forgive and forget. That is our topic today. Sabi nga nung kanta, sorry doesn't make it anymore. Diba? So,
Correct.
forgiveness, that's so hard to give.
Absolutely. And
It is true. Diba?
And in my line as a matchmaker and a dating coach, you hear this all the time. People having a hard time forgiving.
Yes.
Because of a lot of love issues, and that includes cheating. Yan yung isa sa pinakamahirap magpatawad.
It's
when you've
easier
been
said than
cheated.
done. So
Yeah.
how do you
Absolutely.
forgive
Yeah.
somebody who cheats? Can you even forgive somebody who cheats?
No, so when somebody actually did something bad to us, no, like the tendency is we want them to suffer as well because they've caused us pain.
That's true.
So one of the things that we do is we try to show them that I'm the better person here and you're the one who hurt me. But what a lot of people do not know is when we hold on to that grudge and when we're not forgiving, it actually makes us fat. So one of the things that I tell, yes, fat,
Like
yes.
gain weight?
Absolutely, especially in the belly area, because what happens is when you don't forgive, you hold a lot of resentment, so you have a higher cortisol level, the stress hormones. One of the coping mechanism as well is to emotionally eat, you know, emotional eating. So there's a lot of negative side when we don't forgive compared to when we forgive somebody who caused us hurt.
I never thought
That is interesting.
the ultimate weight loss advice that we could give is to forgive.
Forgive,
But
yes.
may mga statement rin na you can forgive but you don't forget.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you forgive somebody, it doesn't mean that they're free from the sins or the betrayal that they've committed. You should still hold them accountable, but you have to have this mindset that they're the one who committed the sin, hindi ikaw. So why are you gonna suffer for the wrongdoings that they did?
Paano if there is someone who hurt you and never apologized? How do you forgive that person? Someone who never really realized na,
I don't know if
I
you-
hurt you.
But do
Pero
you even
diba?
forgive though, or you just kind of brush it off and like move on, right? Because they never
You
really
set it aside.
apologize. So
Yeah.
parang like, okay, I'll just let it slide until
Pero
maybe.
tataba ka daw eh.
Oh, right. It's gonna show.
You know, that makes total sense, no? When you hold on to a lot of grudges.
Emotional weight.
So yeah, that's emotional weight, which makes you heavier also. But so if you let it go, then you also let go of the unnecessary weight
And
in your
later
body.
we'll talk about, how to heal and forgive. But right now, quick question for you guys. Do you have anyone in mind na parang, oh, they've never asked for forgiveness, but I forgiven them anyway? There are people like that, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will not ask for forgiveness because it means admission of the wrongdoings that they did.
Yeah.
And so how do we forgive if they never ask for forgiveness? So one of the things that when I talk to my clients, one of the things that I tell them is if you hold on to that instead of thinking like, how do I level up after this? Then that means you are parang crucified to that person forever. So one of the things that they do is release work. Kasi literally pala, you have to shout, you have to express, you have to release that anger before you can forgive. Hindi siya pwedeng nakikimkim lang. Isn't that amazing?
Is forgiveness necessary to move on? Can you move on without the forgiveness?
Okay. I love this question because when we think of forgiveness, we think of the other person. Do I have to forgive the other person? But the truth is, when we're going through this process, the hardest one to forgive is not the person who did us bad. Guess who the person that we need to forgive the most?
Yourself.
Ourselves.
Absolutely, because most of the time we feel like we are angry towards the person, but the truth is we are angry with ourselves because we let them fool us. We stayed too long, and we gave them second chance.
But I feel like that happens a lot though when you're in a relationship. Like most of your exes, they never apologize. So
Yeah,
it's
they
really hard
don't.
for people to move
Are
on.
you okay, Mo?
I'm
Especially
okay,
if there's
but
a-
I'm still not over
Yeah.
you because of what you said kanina.
Especially if there's a third party involved. I feel like it's even harder for the guy to apologize, especially kung meron na siyang, masaya
May
siya
bago
with his
na.
life,
Yes.
di ba? And that gives you more reason to let go of it.
And that's why like the
Diba?
best revenge, quote unquote, right, is doing better and making yourself a better person.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
leveling up from that person na siguro when sabihin natin like 5 years ago I was that woman who is easily fooled, but right now for 5 years I've worked on myself and I leveled up and I will never tolerate something like that again.
How can you avoid the lack of forgiveness to become trauma? Kasi you can be happy, you can get happy, let's say in your next relationship or your next partner, but you still never forgave your previous ex or whoever or something. When you move forward, and then all of a sudden, parang nagka-flashback, you see that person again, and then biglang bumabalik yung trauma. How can you get rid of that without... Or do you have to forgive, diba?
It's okay.
Coach V, so paano na yan?
Na-trauma ka na ba agad?
No, si Pao Pao, parang you
Hindi.
felt his
I felt his
pain.
pain.
I'm just
That was so
empathetic eh.
It's all
Kasi
right,
I can feel what Alan wants to ask eh.
We're here for you,
I
Pao.
can feel what Alan wants to ask. I'm just being the voice of the
May pasa
voiceless.
kay Alan.
Walang
Hindi,
ginawa si
kasi-
Alan sa'yo, si Alan pa nadama.
Wala siyang mic eh. Wala siyang mic. So I just have to share.
Sure kasi Alan talaga ang
Forgive
kailangan
him, Alan.
sagot.
Alan, forgive him.
Asking for a friend. Okay, Pao.
Si Miss Mo daw yun. Alright, pero Coach V,
No, yeah.
how do we deal with that?
How not to turn that into trauma is one of the things why it becomes trauma is we become, we hold on to that sin and then we want to see ourselves as a martyr. Like what sabi nga natin, diba, emotional martyrdom. So that happens when we try to hold on to the pain and show the person, oh, I'm really hurt. Until now, even 5 years, I'm still really hurt. So what happens when you hold on to that? It just affects your other aspects in your life, and that's how you see trauma, when it affects other aspects of your life. For example, you've been hurt in your love life, but then at work, you've had trust issues because you carried on that, the last time I trusted somebody to do this, they never showed up. And so I will never trust my coworker again.
Oui.
So, di ba? So it's, what do you call that? It's trickling down in other aspects of your life.
So how do you change that? Like, how do you change your mindset to not having that trauma, right? Carry on.
So one of my favorite quotes is when they said that not forgiving somebody is like drinking a poison and hoping that the other person dies.
Yeah, that's true.
So actually, gaining weight is just one of the negative effect of not forgiving. But there are also a lot more than that. And that includes affecting your other relationship, such as the trust issues.
You know, you brought up yung martyrdom, and I think, Anne, it's safe to say, iba yung martyrdom sa maturity.
Oo, yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people would think now, oh, I'm mature enough to, handle this situation and show the other person that, you know what, I don't care about what you did to me, I'm the better person. So they feel like, oh, ang mature ko. But what is the difference between emotional maturity and emotional martyrdom?
Yeah. So maturity is also recognizing that, I'm not gonna act on what I feel right now. I may be super duper mad at you right now, but we're done. I'm not gonna deal with you anymore, because if I deal with you, it's like reminding my body of the bad things that you've done. So maturity is deciding that, I'm gonna move on with or without your forgiveness.
And then martyrdom is?
Martyrdom naman is holding on to that grudge and showing them that I feel so hurt and I want to guilt trip you. That's martyrdom as well.
So would you say that's more manipulative because you're guilt tripping the other person and
Yes.
that's not what you should do?
You're right. You're guilt tripping the other person and you're guilt tripping yourself to gaining more weight.
It's
To gaining
manipulative.
more weight.
It's manipulative.
Holding on to so much hurt, will really, it's really like a poison that you put in your body, and then hoping that, like what you said, hoping that the other person gets poisoned by it. But in reality, you're the one who's really killing yourself with all this pain, all this hurt, grudges, and everything. So you really have to let it
But
go.
how do you stop the killing
Yeah,
and start the
exactly.
healing?
How do you stop all the poison and how do you
absolutely.
basically detox from all that?
Right. So one of the things that we didn't mention is if you hold on to whatever they've done to you, what happens is it turns into resentment and it turns into revenge. And so when you don't forgive, you are likely to plot your revenge. So what does that make to you, diba? You just become more bitter. And instead of focusing yourself to healing and leveling up and being a better person so I don't get fooled again, I will be so busy plotting my revenge. So that when it goes so bad.
So what are some ways people can heal? What are the next steps that they should do?
Right. So one of the things that I've mentioned a while ago is really doing the release work. That's why kapag may nagagalit, pabayaan nyo. That's why there are also activities wherein you could takshapo, you can throw things because that anger is energy and that needs to be literally out of your body. That needs to be released, right?
Yep.
And then after the release work, that's when you have to do a lot of positive self-talk and mindset, saying that, you know what, if I stay here, then I'm just gonna be the kawawa. If I stay here, it's like giving them a chance to hurt me again. So it multiplied into 2.
Yeah.
Diba? And if I stay here, what's gonna happen is I will not be able to find somebody better if that's in your love life. So finding somebody better or creating a situation for you wherein it's a better circumstance than where you've been, that's how you move on.
This answers so many questions, Anne. Kasi,
Ayan.
kasi si ano eh.
Sino na naman?
Si Mo.
Why? As it always me? Anong ginawa ko today?
Kasi,
Okay, he's not over that I made him mess up on Weather HQ.
No. Iniwan kasi tayo for Corina and Pinky.
Grabe naman kayo, iniwan.
Mahahurt kapag sinagot ka na, I've found somebody better. No, just joking.
Di lang yan.
Grabe!
Di lang yan.
I did not
She's
say
moving on.
I did not say that.
Corina, Pinky, and Willard.
Wala ko sinabi, oy. This was not my choice. I will say in the morning if you guys want me to. I love you. Grabe naman.
Leaving her trauma for someone better.
Dami mong trauma in-inflict sa akin eh.
Oh my gosh, Anne.
Alam naman namin wala naman kami compared to Corina and Pinky, tapos pinagpalit mo.
Grabe naman kayo sa acting.
Ano matawag mo dito mo?
What?
Emotional martyrdom.
Grabe, manipulative kayo, not me.
Very manipulative, my loves.
Samahan pa naman kita mag-shopping tapos.
Sumbata na.
No, just kidding. I'm just,
Tawag dyan, guilt-tripping mo.
Paolo, stop it!
You guys used manipulation against me for,
No, but going back to
Tagalog ka na lang.
going back to not taking revenge, I think if you're plotting for revenge, gawin mo na lang revenge travel, revenge body.
Revenge
Diba?
body, very
Yeah,
nice.
ganon. But not
Diba?
revenge towards that person. Diba?
Lugi kasi talaga when you don't forgive.
But just to, make this clear, I'm not leaving. That was not my choice.
Okay.
Okay, Pao, and I love you both.
So you'll be
I
here
would
next
never
week?
leave you. Pwede naman.
Pwede naman.
Hi, bosses. I'll be here.
No, but then I think that's a great way to wrap things up. With Mo leaving. No, it's a great way to wrap things up, especially the entire forgiveness and of course avoiding emotional martyrdom, diba?
Forgiving, forgetting, and then moving on.
Yes,
Moving forward.
Right, and be excited for your future.
Which is what I'm doing. Moving forward, being
Moving forward.
excited.
Yes, there you go.
Being excited for my Tagalog career.
We move on, Pao.
Iba yung Tagalog, guys. But now you guys will all grow with me. We're just starting. So don't worry, wait like mga 2 months. Gagalingan ko.
Yeah, she's
We're
moving
excited for
forward.
you.
And thank you so much, Coach V, as
Thank
always,
you, ladies and
for joining us this morning. We learned a lot again today.
Yes, and
Forgive,
we experienced
forget.
emotional martyrdom at its
Now you can identify what they're doing.
Kaya nga.
Diba?
Sabi ko,
Nakikiride na ako kay Paolo.
What up, kikiride? You're part of the problem! You're not speaking up for me. Kala ko friends din tayo.
No, I told you nga, Pao eh.
Bumaliktad na si Anne.
Coach V, tayo na lang nga.
Dito ka na lang, Wiwi.
Yung dalawa mo.
We're gonna label whatever they're doing. Sumbong mo kay Coach V.
Forward ka na, promise you, Lord.
To spare everyone from the emotional trauma that is It's a Beautiful Day, that is it for us this Thursday, July 10. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Make today unforgettable by choosing joy and spreading forgiveness, love, and kindness wherever you go.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Stay safe and have a great Thursday ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
It's a Beautiful Day!